Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that lands in the end zone, so the opening drive will begin at the 25. On first down, hitting Juju on the slant, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On second down, Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. He's brought down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 136 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Barkley, that's another Pittsburgh Steeler.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. Out come the Eagles for their first drive, led out by their quarterback in his 5th year in Philly, Carson Wentz.
And when I think of Carson Wentz in his first 4 years in the league, I kind of look at him as bookends, because his first year as a rookie, he started all 16 games. The next 2 years, beset by injuries, but last year started all 16 in the regular season again and was very productive. His first 4,000-yard campaign throwing the ball, 27 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. The injuries got him again in the wild card game, but when he's on the field, his team is dangerous.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 13 carries, 57 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game when a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Saquon Barkley.
Jatavis Brown there on the tackle. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He was taken down.
2nd and 8 coming up.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Wentz to throw. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey.
Wentz's pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
Sanders.
A pickup of 5 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
A gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Sanders. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Miles Sanders.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A gain of 5. 1st down, Philadelphia.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Sanders. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Again, the ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down and 7. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
No score.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Wentz. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devin White in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Barkley on first down, running into a wall as he stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Barkley again, the ball carrier.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
The 42-yard line.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game. Plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
At the 26-yard line.
Now a carry for Sanders. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Miles Sanders.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be stopped up as he could only muster a yard. So 4th down coming up on the other side as we have reached the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And it's taken in at the 9. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
10 at the 37-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
27-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Eagles nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On first and 10, here's Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On third and long, it's Wentz. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their own 42. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
A loss of 6 yards. And it's third.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
First and 10 at the 30.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
Raheem
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second and 7, operating from the 34. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. A pair of first downs gives him a first and 10 up at the 44. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
46-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A check of the scoreboard there in the 3rd in Baltimore. And looks like the Bengals starting to pull away in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Wentz now on 1st down. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 20.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll throw from the gun. And hitting Juju on the slant. He finds some open field here. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 45 yards.
1st and 10.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster.
That's another.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The passing game in rhythm right now. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And
no, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just... remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Steelers take over.
Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. And as we're looking... The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. means well now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who is just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to them.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 19.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Big hold to the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
2nd and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
The ball carrier.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Again, it's Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
4-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
The tackle made at his own 5-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Wentz will not be able to get rid of it. He's taken down for a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taking it about the 16.
Let's go.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They begin with a run by Barkley. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Mostert. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now it's Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Roethlisberger dropping to a knee, and that ought to do it. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was due in large part once again to the play of big number 7, their quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
And as you and I both know, there can be some really good Big Ben days. There can be some not quite as good Big Ben days. But they're always going to be exciting, aren't they? He makes plays. He stands in the pocket and delivers against a fierce rush. He can exit out at times. There's something special about that guy, and no game is out of reach when he's on the field.
So for Pittsburgh, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.